Shalom, shalom. Before I begin this lesson, all praise, honor, and glory goes to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakakwadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone that rule well, and peace and blessings be multiplied on all your brethren, teaching his word in all sincerity and in truth. Shalom to the hopeful elect out there, and the great multitude, men, women, and children, the Lord will have mercy on in these last days. Shalom. It's the brother Dama Gabar here with another lesson, Lord willing to edify through the spirit and power of Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai. And I was reading a bunch of articles, and then I came across this particular article dealing with Iran and Russia, which further shows you, we're in the time where prophecy is being fulfilled as far as Gog and Magog, which represents the Russians prophetically in the Holy Bible, and how they will eventually become a guard to Iran and different, Persia, which are the Iranians, the Ethiopians in particular, nations over there, and the middle, in the so-called Middle East, which is Asia and North Africa, and different, strategic allies that Russia is doing deals with, and preparing themselves to fight against this great whore in these last days, which is Babylon the Great, America. But this article, as I was reading it, it made me think of the book of Ezekiel, which I'll get after I read this article. But it's just further showing you how, Russia, the Most High has put those hooks in the jaws of Gog and Magog and turned them back. And now they are being a guard unto their allies over there, mainly Iran, which is going to ultimately lead to, the land of Israel being ultimately destroyed, and that they're preparing Iran for this great attack, which is about to be done on them by the West and the state of Israel, those small hatters. All right. So we see prophecy, unfolding before our very eyes. And hey, this is huge, because we see these things, we link it to prophecy. And this is what gives us hope. This is what let us know that prophecy is 100% accurate. And the will of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai is being performed in this earth, man. And the only thing that's left is for, this third woe to pop off, which is very close. So I'm gonna read some of this article and drop this precept, Lord willing, you can be edified. All right. It says Iran has confirmed that it purchased advanced military aircraft from Russia following months of speculation surrounding the deal. Iranian Deputy Foreign Minister Mehdi Farahai attested to the deal, debunking rumors that the potential purchase fell apart. Including in the deal were Su-35 air superiority / multi-role fighters, Yak-130 light fighters / advanced trainer jets, and M128 attack helicopters. Tehran's acquisition of aircraft from Moscow occurred amid the backdrop of heightened tension in the Middle East and increased American military presence in the region because of the ongoing Gaza conflict, which in the midst of that Gaza conflict, you got a lot, those Israelis are attacking Iran. They're shooting missiles. They're blowing up particular infrastructures, which they're ultimately looking, after they so-called take care of business with those Palestinians. We know that their eyes are set on Iran and the Iranians, It says rumors about Iran's interest in Russian fighter jets have circulated since last year, gaining traction after Egypt withdrew from a similar deal due to concerns about upsetting the West, you see? And Iran ain't worried about upsetting the West. And Russia knows that Iran is a major ally and a major strategic, ally in that region over there, So it's in their best interest to make sure that Tehran is built up, that they're prepared, and that they're given, particular weaponry that they need to hold off the the incoming attack from the West and the small hats and other, so-called allies of the West over there in that region. It says speculations intensified throughout 2022, with the initial concerns about the Su-35 deal not materializing eventually dispelled. By September, it became evident that the military cooperation between Moscow and Tehran would extend beyond Su-35s, as Yak-130 light fighters, advanced trainers were spotted in Iran. It says the acquisition of the Su-35 represents a strategic leap forward for the Islamic Republic of the Iran Air Force, replacing aging F-14 Tomcats and potentially signaling the order of over 60 additional fighter jets. The Yak-130s, capable of functioning as both an attack jet and an advanced trainer aircraft, is a crucial element in flight training for pilots transitioning to the Su-35. It said the deal also includes the Mi-28 attack helicopter, offering Iran a technological leap in its rotorcraft capabilities. Currently relying on Vietnam War-era AH-1 Super Cobra helicopters, the addition of advanced Russian rotorcraft would significantly enhance Iran's capabilities. Reports suggest that Iranian forces in Syria were impressed by the performance of Russian M28s, influencing the decision to acquire them. It says while Iran has made significant strides in developing indigenous industries, especially in drone production, its efforts to acquire advanced manned combat aviation has faced challenges due to West arms embargoes. So you see, Russia is indeed, helping Iran to beef up and to bulk up its military because it's going to be needed because they know eventually, that those small hatters in the West are eventually going to make their move upon them. All right, and here's the main point. All right, it says Moscow purchased deal bolsters Tehran's air power. It says as the U.S. escalates tensions in the region, particularly targeting Iran. See, like I said, Iran is being targeted by the West. Through their conducting the maneuvers of the state of Israel, those small hats, man, and all of the military capability that Israel has is provided by the West, by America. So, people know what's going on over there. You know that those Israelis are not moving on their own accord. The West has a lot to do with that. And we know that they're eventually, planning to seriously strike Iran and gain control of that territory over there. You see, but that would deal a major blow to Russia and China, but mainly Russia because Russia has strong ties and strong alliance with Iran. All right. So, an attack on Iran is going to be eventually an attack on Russia. So they're going to have to step up and to be that guard, as prophecy says. And we can see, Russia is helping Iran to build itself up, when this attack does happen. It says, as the U.S. escalates tensions in the region, particularly targeting Iran, the move to arm Tehran with advanced Russian weaponry is seen as a deterrent. This not only makes any potential attack more challenging and costly, but also reinforces the defense capabilities and emerging multipolar alliances, countering efforts to undermine their influence. You see? Now I'm going to get this, all right? And this is Ezekiel 38 chapter. It says prophecy about Gog and future invasion of Israel. It says, and the word of Yahweh came unto me, saying, Son of man, set thy face against Gog, the land of Magog, the chief prince of Meshech and Tubal, and prophesy against him. And this is talking about, the land of Russia. That's his ancient name was Gog and Magog. It says, and say, thus saith the Lord Yahweh, behold, I am against thee, O Gog, the chief prince of Meshech and Tubal. And I will turn thee back and put hooks into thy jaws, and I will bring thee forth, back, when the former USSR fell, the Lord basically put the hooks back into his jaws and turned them back to be this military superpower that you be now. They built themselves back up. Now they're back in that old Cold War spirit, and now they're more powerful than they were then. They're more powerful now than they were then. And now they have more allies in the region. Remember, they got China as an ally too. A lot of these BRICS nations. Now, I think China was just in somewhere in the Middle East, Saudi Arabia or somewhere, which was like a first, So they've gained more and more allies. And this time they're more, superior in military. And now they have more formidable allies, that they're making deals and setting alliances with. You see? It says, and I will bring thee forth in all thine army, horses and horsemen, all of them clothed with all sorts of armor, even a great company with bucklers and shields, all of them handling swords. See, it says what? Persia. Who was the Persians? The Iranians, man. See, and that's what I was reading in that article. That's who they're bolstering up their military. That's who they're doing these deals with. That's who they have a strong alliance with. You see, and they're being a guard unto them to protect them from the influence and the coming invasion of the West via, those small hats over there. It says Ethiopia and Libya with them, all of them with shield and helmet. You see, and Libya is over there in North Africa. It says Gomer and all his bands, the house of Togomar of the north quarters, and all his bands, and many people with thee. You see, and this is what's going to eventually happen once the West really tries to go into Iran. That's what's going to spark this third world war. These Iranians are going to strike those small hats and take a huge chunk out of their ass, which is going to cause America to get involved, which is going to cause the EU to get involved, because that's what the whole NATO thing was all about. The EU was, these nations forming together in case the Roman Empire, in case Russia ever, became was brought back into power. You see, so now if eventually when Iran takes a chunk out of Israel, we know America's going to get involved, and then Russia's going to get involved, and then America's going to be attacked, and then it's going to cause the NATO and the EU countries to get involved. But a lot of them have mixed feelings. They're not all on the same page. A lot of those EU nations, a lot of them have natural gas deals with Russia. A lot of them have certain deals with Russia to where they don't want to get that affected by getting involved in a war that America is going to lead them into. A lot of them are like, look, man, this is going to fuck us over at the end of the day. And they know that the West, America don't give a damn. Look, you get involved and do what we tell you to do. We don't care if it affects your deals you have with Russia, or if it affects your natural gas production, or if it causes, Russia to cut you off and then, your people to freeze to death. You just do what we tell you to do, which is how we know that a lot of the allies of America, the NATO, America and NATO and the EU, they're gonna turn on her and burn her with fire, man. But here's the main point. It says, "Be thou prepared, and prepare for thyself, thou and all thy company that are assembled unto thee, and be thou a guard unto them." You see, look at this word guard. And that's what Russia is showing you with this article I'm reading, It's being a guard unto the Persians and Iran. And the word is mashamar. Mashamar, it says a place of confinement. It says to guard post, act of guarding. See, and that's what they're doing. Let's look at the root word. Here we go. Samar, it says to keep guard, observe, to keep guard, keep watch and ward, protect. See, to watch for, wait for. You see, to keep, preserve, to protect, to be on one's guard, take heed, take care. You see, and that's what Russia is doing. And this is why it's beefing up these different, the military of Iran. I'm going to read this again. It says, as the U.S. escalate tensions in the region, particularly targeting Iran, the move to arm Tehran with advanced Russian weaponry is seen as a deterrent. Let's look at this word deterrent, because let me see if that's synonymous with being a guard. It says a deterrent. A noun, it says a thing that discourages or is intended to discourage someone from doing something. Yeah, you see? And that's what Russia is being, a guard and a deterrent, meaning that it's arming Iran with all this different weaponry and advanced weaponry so that it can be protected from, outside forces. It says this not only makes any potential attack more challenging and costly, but also reinforces the defense capabilities of emerging multipolar alliances, countering efforts to undermine their influence. You even got a lot of those countries in Africa are wanting to do deals with Russia, receive military aid, receive military training, make deals and do different things like that so that they can be protected from the influence and the skullduggery of the West, man. It says Behnam bin Taliblu, senior fellow at the Washington, blah, 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 blah. Defense for Democracy said Iran acquiring Russian military assets won't turn it into a conventional military superpower overnight. However, they will make the Islamic Republic of Iran a more potent hybrid military actor. It says Su-35s coupled with Tehran's domestic and foreign air defense systems would better equip Iran to defend its skies. And Iran has always been known for the Persians have always been known for being a fierce military people, man. And they got some of the best drones on the market. You see? And they got a huge standing army, so that they're not just some some weak country like that, man. And now the word is that they're developing nuclear missiles as well. So, hey, they're being guarded up. They're being built up. Russia is definitely being a guard unto them. It says this in turn would complicate Western military planning, which must ensure that a credible threat against Iran's nuclear program remains on the table no matter the regime's evolving military aptitude. What else it says? Yeah, it says FDD Senior Director Bradley Bowman, meanwhile, noted the growth of the security cooperation between Russia and Iran. This could pose a serious problem for Washington's partners in Europe, Israel, and the Arab world. Su-35s will represent a significant improvement over the aircraft Iran currently possesses, but the degree of improvement would depend on several variables, including the weapons, training, and other capabilities that accompany the aircraft, as well as the degree to which they are integrated with Iran's formidable integrated air and missile defense systems. You see? So, hey, you can see this is prophecy, man. All right, Russia is being a guard unto Iran or the Persians, and they're being built up to prepare themselves for the coming attack from the West and the small hats, which we know ultimately is going to lead to the small hats, the state of Israel getting fucked up. You know, that's why scriptures tell you about how the least of the flock is going to draw out Babylon the Great, America, man. You see? And this is all going to lead to that third world's war, which is ultimately going to lead to our salvation and us getting the hell up out of here, man. So I just wanted to go into that, you know, show you how prophecy is being fulfilled and how the scriptures are on point, man. And we see it literally playing out, you know, in real time and in these last days. So with that, Lord willing, this was edifying. I'm going to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai, putting the spirit in me to do this lesson. Until the next one, Shalom.